So, Nobugambo Baseba Nebanyabo, allow me to seize this opportunity. Like I told you, many of the leaders are symbolically receiving their membership cards of the National Unity Platform today, but we have been working together right from the inception of this political formation. So, allow me, and I know many will not shock you because you've seen us working together. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, unveil and introduce part of the leadership structure in the National Unity Platform. These are leaders that I, according to the mandate given to me by the Constitution of the National Unity Platform, together with other leaders, want to introduce to you the leadership. Allow me unveil, the Constitution allows me to have 4 deputy presidents from the 4 regions of Uganda. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the person I'm about to read to you is famously known as Mama Lina. This is a distinguished leader with several years of activism. She's a political leader from the grassroots, and she has mobilized for a very long time. She's a seasoned mentor of leaders, especially the women in politics. She was born on the 8th of September, 1961, and we shall be celebrating her birthday very soon, turning 60. She is a mother of 5 and a grandchildren of 4. But today, allow me to edit, she's a mother of 6 because I'm also her son. I am her friend and her comrade in the struggle. She comes from Vura constituency in Arua in northern Uganda. She's a West Nile girl. While we celebrate the heroes, we must remember that her husband is a hero that was abducted, he disappeared, and he has never been seen again. That was Mr. Roxanne Zedriga, who was Dr. Besige's chief coordinator in West Nile. She holds a PhD in Peace and Conflict Resolution of Sewanee University in the USA and Makerere University. She's a former magistrate. She's an author of several publications. She's fluent in English, in Luganda, in Acholi, in Langi, in Alul, in Lutbara, and in Swahili. She has been serving single-handedly as the Deputy President of the People Power Movement. And it's my honor to introduce to you again the Deputy President in charge of Northern Uganda, Dr. Lina Zedriga Waru. As I conclude, you will listen from her. As a matter of fact, no, as I conclude, you will get to listen to her. Now, from Western Uganda, I want to introduce to you Honorable, no, I won't tell you her name yet. She was born 58 years ago in Tungamo district, and she lives in Barara. She's a social worker by profession. She has worked for 22 years in the government of Uganda in different capacities. She's a distinguished human rights activist with a focus on women's rights and the rule of law. She worked extensively in civil society organizations. She holds a master's degree in development and a postgraduate in theology. She was previously a member of the NRM at the level of district chairperson for the Women's League in Barara district. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the Deputy President in charge of Western Uganda, Honorable Jolly Mugisha Echomugasho. People power! Our power! People power! People power! Our power! Our Power, power.
People power. Women power.
Okay. Now, from Eastern Uganda, this gentleman was born in 1965. He's a member of parliament representing Manjia County. He's a former LC5 chairperson of Ududa district. He's a former LC3 chairperson, Ududa Town Council. He's a licensed teacher. He's a father and a distinguished advocate for good governance and the rule of law. And he's a committed Christian. Ladies and gentlemen, he was not able to be with us today because he lost a brother, but he was with us receiving the European Union delegation. Join me to welcome as the Deputy President in charge of Eastern Uganda, the Honorable John Baptist Nambeshe. You will listen to him scientifically when the deputies are giving us a word very briefly. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman was born 45 years ago. He's married to a very beautiful woman. And he calls her Bestie, just like her called Bobi. He's a professional teacher and an economist, and he's a lawyer. He has been into public life since he was a young man, but serving very eminently. He's a chairperson for Masaka district. He was appointed by the King of Uganda to be a minister for the youth in the Ruchiko. He's an MP for Masaka municipality. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Vice President in charge of Uganda region, Honorable Matthias Mpuga. Your Excellencies, allow me to ask you to say just a word or two to the congregation, starting with Honorable Jole Mujisha Chomgasho.
People power.
Our power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Our party. NUP. Praise the Lord. Amen. Your Excellency. Oh. Okay. Ngamboni Nyankore. NUP.
Everywhere.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Power. Buri hamwe. Okay, people power.
Our power.
Okay, naza gambo muri Nyankore as I have been requested. Ngambe muhurire. Your Excellency, Honorable Bobi Wine, Chaguranyi Sentamu. Ladies and gentlemen in the struggle, I am not going to follow protocol because of the time. Okay, Orinyankore. Okay, I'm going. Mbarara, people power. Ntungamo,
People power.
Kabare,
People power.
Kasese,
People power.
Toro,
NUP.
everywhere.
NUP.
Amen. NUP. Hati basebo na banyabo. Nyenda kutwara mu gishogu. Simarhanga bwizoberi. This is a great day, and I request that all of us stand up and clap our hands to the Lord. Please stand up. Please stand up and clap to the Lord. Abokubenizo bakuru minonga ahabweche chabaha. Nyenda kusimarhanga abgaba bantu bona bakuru om government ba members ba parliament abataka n'abantu mwena ababasa kuzo mu kibina chitu which I call our baby, but then our baby who is running. Agokuba baby wito ekibina chitu echitu chikutambura nkomwerere kwiyaho nchirukanga. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Mbweni nyowe amazina bagambira ndujore mukisha. I'm commonly known by that. Nindugambarara nyenda kusimarhanga kureba ngunanye nanye after all this struggle ekibiina nkingana kitiikanda ogwo nakwasibwa obuvunanyizibwa bw'okukyebembera omu Western region. I want to thank you, Your Excellency, and the members, the core team, for selecting me, and I want to promise you that I'm going to do my best. I want to inform you members that the West is not easy. Nabwe ekyo nyenda kubashaba mwena nk'oku muri aha. I want to ask for your support. I want to ask for your prayers. Mwareba abantu abafiire omu struggle. I know the hurdles are very, very high and very many that we are going to have to climb over in the West. I therefore request you, each one of you, if you know anyone, or abaine wakumanya omu West kutandikirira Kisoro mpaka Hoima na Masindi, you know, what do? They contact me, and then maybe the head office, so that we can be able to have the struggle to win this war. Nyowe nyenda gamba hochumwe as a word of encouragement from the West. Mbwenu numureba nyondi omukristai. I am not going to go into what happened to the church in Indeba, but of course, like any other Christian, I was saddened, so I'm going to quote the Bible. Noreva, this young man, Mr. President, is actually a young man, isn't it? Yes. He is actually fit to be my son too. Yes, because I'm 58 years old. But I want to thank God in front of all of you, and then to encourage you to say that even Abaganda Bobi nefu munejira ngunogoza de akukubire ngoma nozina norwecho muzukuke twena tukoreki tuzine kubanga akubye ngoma okujja konze nze ngamba ntinga katonda bwe, like God raised King David. King David was a young man. The Lord had appointed a king for his country, Israel or Palestine or whatever. But then after 30 years, the Lord got tired of the king, because the king had deviated from the norm, just as we see that is happening in this country. And therefore the Lord went down, just as he has walked down through the streets of Kampala. He has moved around Lira, around Guru, Mbarara, and he has come down here in Kamocha, in Chadondo, and raised a David for us. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. Thank you. I am behind you, Your Excellency, and I want to assure you and the members here that we are going to win this war, because the Lord is with us. Amen.
Wewe mnonga mama. Shana wagamba mazima. Nimbasa kuba mtabani wangu.
Yes.
Wewe mnonga. Ladies and gentlemen, oba nayogera Uganda, oba Luzungu yamanyi. I welcome you to say a word. Honorable Matthias Mpuga.
Let's change traditions. Mr. President, sir, my colleagues, vice presidents from the various regions, may I say from the onset that game is on.
Yes.
Game is on. Mr. President, you know for a fact that if I choose to do something, I do it and I deliver.
Yes.
But the beauty is, this is not about me and you. It's about us. It's the very reason that at a very high risk, these gentlemen and ladies are here. The sacrifice they have really offered to brave the risk of staying here. If you see the Wanikas here, the Kakande is here, The same was here. Game is on, ladies and gentlemen, in Uganda. Game is on. And I want to promise Uganda that we have come of age. For the last 25 years, I have given up my life, time, energy, and resources for the betterment of motherland. I have offered everything, with colleagues of course, to change the course of our history. I stand here on the pedestal of history to make a solemn promise, Mr. President, that game is on. We are going to stand with you, by you, on your side, to make sure that we deliver Uganda to the next generation, next destination. Basawo ne banyabo, baganda bange, abantu ba Buganda, President wa Vice President atumwebaza. Enkoyo bweneera bwetyo President, Uganda ejja kufuna emirembe. Waliwo abatambuza Uganda nga bakwata endabirwamu ya Uganda balamu matu gaabwe ag'abasengaabwe ne bakojjaabwe. Nga ne bwagikyusa n'agiteeka engoto era abamu matuuge na nnyindo ye naye muliraanwa we. Tuzze wano kuzimba Uganda empya era omukisa okutuwadde obudde bwaffe bwe buno. Abantu b'omu Buganda ebitusobyeko ebitulemye tetuli bakapere kulemererwa mirundi gyonna obudde bwaffe bwe buno tugenda kukola ebyo. Njala kusuubiza nti ne abantu abadona abataliiwo ekigenda mu maaso ensi yonna ekiraba tugenda kukola omulimo sigugwo omulimo gwaffe bwoya tugenda kuguggusa bwe tutatugguse tetujja kusonyibwa abaana nabazzukulu. Mukama Katonda abeere naffe. We are with you. Sasajja Kabaka awangaale.
Thank you very much.
No, we can't.
Before I release you, comrades, let us hear from the Vice President of the Eastern Region, and then we can finally hear from the Vice President from the Northern Region.
Just tell the recording.
Honorable Nambeshe yatulekedde obubaka kuba agenze kuziika muganda we era obubaka buno katubuulire.
Fellow Ugandans, my name is John Baptist, John County, which is in the disaster-prone district. I'm honored and I'm humbled by the principle of National Unity Platform appointing me the Deputy President in charge of Eastern Region. And I must pledge my total commitment to serve now that he has had confidence and trust in me. And I do pledge that the people from the East will rally and galvanize their support 100% behind National Unity Platform. Thank you. Baba Saba, Mulibratio, the Senate, John Baptist, John Baptist, New Mubawe Mandia, in Bududa District, Ikumvikari, Mutundurima. They said this is a Vikari, Mubangana, and Virenga, Mumio, President of National Unity Platform, Tega, who went away, standing by Banyak, Kariba, Banyak, and Ohala, Kapenzi, Nairo, Wajapaka, border in Kenya, the Senate John Baptist, the Unyuha, with Party National Unity Platform, at Nakani, Shifu Shani Kamana Kamili. Asima wele kufurisa nini President wefu wepate wadare wandero mu wikirwa usima kubangise yoda wamishfeshishi Manyana
Nabi. That was Honorable John Baptist Nambeshe. Now finally let us hear Iron Mama, Dr. Ina Zedriga.
Our power,
People power.
people power,
Our power.
NUP,
Everywhere.
NUP,
Everywhere.
in Arua,
NUP.
in Gulu,
NUP.
in Moroto,
NUP.
in Lira,
NUP.
even here.
NUP.
Thank you very much. Muke, Mr. President, the entourage, my team, my sisters and brothers from the Democratic Party now here in broad daylight. We did not only take off, we have actually traveled very far and we are on our way, almost near Entebbe. Okay? We are there together. There is a saying that if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, like to the State House to take power, go with everybody and with the team. And that's exactly what Mr. President has been steadily delivering in practice. In March, I said, I do, when you requested me to be your deputy. Today, that was my baptism. Today, at my confirmation as Deputy President, Northern Uganda, I still say, I do. Ours is not going to be words. Ours is going to be action. We have left the book of Lamentations. Yes. Even my grandson left it. We are now in the Acts of the Apostles and going to Revelation. It's a commitment. It's a serious commitment. Ours, I affirm and reaffirm on the 8th of April when you unveiled me here, is a servant leadership. It's a transformational leadership. And that's why I committed to be by your side. And I repeat that today, amongst all the citizens of Uganda. I have said and will continue to say, I do. We are here to learn from one another. I was boasting that I bring gender, generation, and geography. Today, you took that and entrenched it in my terms of reference, the geography. Northern region, from Karamoja, Kabong, to West Nile, Koboko. We are painting the northern red. In the interest of time, and I'm too excited. I want to speak in Lugwara. I know the Luos are going to be, I know there's time, but please allow us to communicate. I apologize. With due respect. Awadifo Angiri Atamba, Amadritepi, President Robert Sentamu Chagulani, Mini Amopezo and Robasu, Amadritezo Uganda Arisi. Uganda bio kini ale amama mile amavu rudaledi dika gwadwari dika ituni boreadi dika ituni deriadi ayodi bo rudaledi pie woro ama ira orikoko anira atamba atikuni doati atikuni ngedria manira kini ada ata zayota ama ira ama yorikoko wan lutiwa tindong unenu ki wangwu giyerwa andong ati Deputy President Wilobo. Actually Wilobo West Nile Wilobo Karamoja when
Mirongwaribe Kachel. Mirwalong. Utika Winwayo. The people from Nebi, you are always saying that I leave you out. No. This is implementing inclusion in practice. It's not about talking. It's about action. I have therefore committed all of you from the northern Uganda, Orikoko, Awadifo Angiri Afo Ematek, Alakara Noi.
Thank you very much. You can resume your honorable seat. Yeah, let me first take a picture with It's all right. People power. Our power. People power. People power. Our power. People power. NUP. Everywhere. NUP. Thank you very much. Colleagues, I'm very honored to unveil you today. You give me confidence. It gives me pride and extreme confidence to know that I have deputies that are even much more experienced than I am. The nation can no longer doubt us. I say it again, the nation can no longer doubt us. Now they know that we are serious. But most importantly, Ugandans know that by trusting the NUP with their vote, they will be in safe hands. I salute you. And I must say this is not the usual kind of leadership. You have that power as entrusted in you by our Constitution. Please exercise it. Don't be afraid, not even of me. Guide me where necessary. Let us do this together. Don't just be yes men. Let us do the right thing and let us do it together. Kambyogere ne mu Luganda bakulembeze bannange nesimye nnyo okuba n'abamyuka nga mmwe. Abamyuka abalina obumalirivu oba oliawo bukira ne ku bwange. Kati eggwanga terisobola kubeera nga lyeraliikirivu. Eggwanga terisobola kubeera nga teritwesiga. Eggwanga kati limanyi ti mu kutwesiga bajja kuba eggwanga balitadde mu mikono emituufu. Njagala obbasaba mukozese obuvunaanyizibwa n'obuyinza obubaweebwa ssemateeka. Temutiririra muntu yenna nange waako. Mutuluŋŋamye nga bwe tubaluŋŋamya. Ekikyamu mukyogereko, tukwatagane, tukole ekituufu. Tuleme kubeera ng'aba yes men ababaddewo bulijjo. Si mu gavumenti yaffe naye mu gavumenti ya Museveni. Ladies and gentlemen, I will unveil 2 more leaders. I must say we will be unveiling other leaders as time moves on. But allow me to unveil the Secretary General of the National Unity Platform. This is a gentleman who was born 31 years ago. Very young man. He has been a political leader with a focus on mobilizing young people in Uganda, East Africa, the Great Lakes region, and Africa as a whole. He is the past president of the Makerere Law Society and a former guild speaker of Makerere University. An advocate in the courts of judicature in Uganda. He holds a bachelor's degree of laws in Makerere University, and he holds a master's degree of laws from the prestigious Harvard University. He has completed a Master of International Human Rights Law of the Oxford University and a PhD candidate. He's a constitutional lawyer and is a human rights lawyer too. He is one of the 11 people who we sat with to found the People Power movement. I personally met him in a lecture room as a lecturer, and we both left school to come to this bush where we do not have to hide, to fight for freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the Secretary General of the National Unity Platform, Comrade David Lewis Rubongoya. People power, our power, people power. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me also introduce to you the Deputy Secretary General of the National Unity Platform. This is a lady that is extremely beautiful and young that you wouldn't believe she was born in 1973. She is a mother of 10, just like my mother. She's a former youth councillor of Greater Mpigi. She is a member of the Uganda. She was a member of the Uganda Youth Luchiko from 1999 to 2002. She served one time as a State House private secretary to President Museveni, in charge of one of the secretarial duties. She served as a private secretary in charge of media management. She's a former vice chairperson of the National Resistance Movement, National Women's League, Uganda region. She's a former member of the NRM, National Campaign Task Force 2011. She's a former RCC Resident City Commissioner in Kampala from 2014 to 2015. She's a former NRM National Executive Committee member 2016 to 2017 when she resigned as an NRM NEC member to join the People Power movement. She is also aspiring to be a woman MP in Butambala. She holds a Master's of Science in Human Resource Management of Makerere University and a postgraduate in Public Administration from Thames University in the United Kingdom. She holds a Bachelor of Commerce from Makerere University, a Diploma in Business Studies of Uganda College of Commerce in Pakwach. Ladies and gentlemen, the Deputy Secretary General of the National Unity Platform, Hajat Aisha Kabanda. Our power. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to request these eminent leaders to give us a word very briefly.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
It gives me great pleasure and honor to stand before you here today, distinguished countrymen and women, as the Secretary General of the National Unity Platform. Yeah. This is in many ways a dream come true, seeing eminent leaders at different levels in the National Unity Platform today. I must say that about 4 years ago, when I met the Honorable Chagulani in class and were studying constitutional law and all that, I did not think we thought that we would be here today giving the regime in power sleepless nights. But like they say, the ways of man are not the ways of God, and we really are grateful that this revolution has taken shape up to this point, and I have no doubt in my mind that together, countrymen and women, we shall succeed in revamping this country and returning it to the path of democracy, good governance, and the rule of law. Yeah. I pledge to continue working, as I have been doing, everything possible to build this party. As Martin Luther King said, those who love peace must learn to organize as much as those who love war. Our duty, countrymen and women, is to make sure that we organize, and organize. My brother Joel has asked me to say something in Runyankole, and I'm just going to say that, the same thing. Awarukunda, obusinje, bashemerire kukola namani, nkawa awarukunda entaro. Nabo ekyo ntubashaba bantu mwena, muje tukolere hamwe, tuombeche Uganda ey'amazima ey'obulinganiza Uganda ey'abantu bona bali kubaasa kushemererwamu oba oli omukazi oba oli omushaija oba oli omwana oba oli omuntu mukuru twena hamwe mwishe twombekye Uganda Asia people power our power.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I saw people wondering how I made 10 children. And I want to tell you that I and my husband, Engineer Omaro Kalingenyago, we are fairly active. We can still make more children. Today, we commemorated the lives of those that we have lost. And I thought I would use this opportunity to tell many people in the struggle that we should not despair as we lose our people, because whenever we lose one, we actually harness more from the NRM. The cornerstone of my joining the forces of change was the loss of one of us, Asman Waliendo. When Asman Waliendo was killed in Ujiri, I saw his body lying down and I realized it could have been I to die. That's the day I decided that enough was enough. Yeah. That's the day I decided not to take in anymore. And I want to tell you that from that day, I have never turned back. I am here to stay and I'll not turn back. I'll fight for the cause to Mr. President, that we've discussed my appointment with my husband, and he has said, because you know when I resigned the job of government, I now became a typical wife 24/7. And now he has decided to dedicate all my hours that are meant to be his hours to the struggle. Wow. So Mr. President, I'm at your service. I'm at the service of the revolution. Whenever you need me, I'm available. Ebyote bimala weni jagala kubagamba mu Uganda tikatandika butandisi tikalende.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, is there any more you want from me really?
Picture?
Yeah, let me first take a picture with People power, our power, people power, NUP everywhere, NUP.
Women power,
our power,
women power, our power. Together we shall deliver the change we desire. Thank you.
Energy. Thank you very much, comrades. Like I said, we will be unveiling more of our leaders in the coming days. But in the meantime, I want to request you to continue working with our leadership structure of people power all the way down. Because like we've said before, and like we are saying again, we are people power and we are the National Unity Platform. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I charge all of you to go to work. Let's do everything within our ability to see that we break Museveni piece by piece, bit by bit, until